went back in time to kill the evil from the future. Dunskay said, "Aren't you going to go after them?" Tatez Baltazar said, "Ending the world. The commandment imbued into my body desires powerful enemies and danger. I think those women are tied by fate to me, and also to the great adversary. Assassination has no honor in it." "Isn't that so?" As Tatez Baltazar pulled Aryu Kasar from the portal, he continued, "My beloved mentor?" Aryu Kasar said, "Korin is your great adversary." Tatez Baltazar scoffed. "That is ridiculous. To think that the one to try and stop me would not be you, but your foolish disciple. But Ria Fal's fate is absolute. He and I will face each other in the final battle. The fate of the world will be decided then. My dream will never change." Tatez Baltazar attacked Aryu Kasar and pierced him. Tatez Baltazar whispered, "Aaron Danua." Aaron Danua silently felt the end of Aryu Kasar, then smiled at Korin Locke and said, "You were great today. Your basics are solid. Your proficiency is good too, Korin." Korin Locke huffed and puffed. "I am still lacking." He stood up and said, "I will try again." A dark energy enveloped his spear. Korin Locke muttered, "The Duke's demonic nature was passed down to me. However, the first demonic spear is all I can muster." Aaron Danua said, "It is not bad, but—" Korin Locke groaned in pain. "Cute." Aaron Danua said, "That just means you are not good at manipulating mana. It is because you do not understand the nature of Sabancia's aura." Sabancia Duke declared, "Watch this. This is cataclysmic power. The power that allowed me to kill a dragon." Aaron Danua added, "The power I honed just to kill the 5 evil dragons that were causing chaos throughout the kingdom." She unleashed her skill, second demonic spear. 5 dragons fall from heaven. Aaron Danua said, "I do not think you will be able to do it in just one try. But if you keep practicing—" Korin Locke whispered to himself, "So that is what it is like to properly use the Duke's core." Aaron Danua smiled faintly. "I am sure you can do it too." She turned to walk away. Korin Locke said, "Like you? Or like Tatez Baltazar?" Aaron Danua stopped. "He is definitely strong. But stop seeing him as your role model. His existence is my greatest mistake and regret. I am going to correct my mistake." "Do you understand?" Korin Locke asked. "You mean you are going to fight him?" Aaron Danua replied, "I cannot leave it to you young ones. I cannot hide behind children as an adult. Even if things go wrong, Aaron," Korin Locke interrupted. Aaron Danua froze, shocked and confused. Korin Locke raged in Sabancia Duke's aura. "In the previous future, I lost many I cared about. To Firmak, to Dune Skies, to Doomnorix, to Ohard. Countless of my friends died, and I lost those I could have saved too. I would be lying if I said I do not have regrets. But it is not because of regret that I am risking my life." "Korin!" Aaron Danua shouted. Korin Locke said to himself, "The reason I regressed, the reason I took on the burden to save the world in place of the players." He raised his spear. "You can call it arrogance. In the world I save, I need everyone alive and safe. It might just be my selfish greed in the end, but I cannot have you missing in that world." Korin Locke unleashed the skill, second demonic spear. 5 dragons fall from heaven. He successfully copied Aaron Danua's attack against the wall. Korin Locke said, "Trust your disciple. You said that I am fit to become a hero." Aaron Danua opened her eyes wide in shock. Korin Locke smiled. "You will not die this time. I am going to save you." Aaron Danua closed her eyes. "Approximately, I am so lucky. To think that such fortune would come my way so late in life." "Ack!" she gasped as Korin Locke chopped her head lightly. "Do not say that," Korin Locke said. "It does not matter how long you have already lived. If you just trust that everything will work out, then you are in your prime no matter how old you may be." Aaron Danua blushed. Okay. At that moment, Alicia Arden and Huaran burst into flames. Alicia Arden shouted, "One more time!" The two stood up in rage, and Alicia Arden pleaded, "Please teach us." Meanwhile, Jermaine Luther tried to talk to his classmates. One said, "You want us to come too? I do not really like the Catholic Church." Another replied, "Sorry, but I only go to the church where Saintess Estelle is." The two walked away. Jermaine Luther clenched his teeth in frustration and gripped his cross necklace. "It is not the Catholic Church," he muttered. "It is Zeruim." That was Jermaine Luther, first year. "Zeruim spy." Korin Locke asked, "Was it Zion or Zeruim?" "Zeruim," Jermaine Luther confirmed. Korin Locke acted curious. "Oh, is that so? Ah, that golden rosary. I guess I should not have asked." I do not really follow a religion, but that rosary sure is cool. It represents the integrity and honest poverty of Zeruim. Jermaine Luther's eyes lit up. Oh, so you know about it. Corin Locke said to himself. Corin Locke, a very rare first-rank knight. I like Xeon's flamboyance too, but Zeruim has maintained the old traditions. I heard that he also created Corin's Guardians recently. I assume it is like a small club. I can sense the consideration for others in how he speaks. However, I have infiltrated the academy under Bishop Li Jinyang's orders. I need to get close to people like him. Corin Locke said, All right, let us do a mission together. Jermaine Luther, confused, said, A mission? A few moments later, Corin Locke and Jermaine Luther looked at a cave and Corin Locke said, Let us say. People keep going missing in a village about 70 kilometers from here. I think it might be the goblins doing. Jermaine Luther said, You do things like this too? I thought the Guardian Association or an order is responsible for incidents like this outside the academy. Corin Locke said, Since last week, our guardians have been taking care of them. In system notifications, Ron Worski has defeated Mage Feline. Rewards are being distributed. One Cranell Ludin has defeated Golem Engineer Drevin. Rewards are being distributed. One Uel has prevented Druigina's plans. Rewards are being distributed. And a few moments later, Corin Locke said, The other guardians are all out hunting monsters, so I am short on hands. We will be done before evening prayers, so no need to worry about that. Jermaine Luther said to himself, Corin Locke, he has an odd charm to him. He is kind and very considerate. If I had been just a regular student, I am sure I would have been able to trust him like a brother. However, Corin Locke and Jermaine Luther looked back as Jermaine Luther shouted, What? They saw Warren punching the wall. Jermaine Luther said to himself, His friends are the worst. Corin Locke said, Warren, what was that for? Alicia Arden said, A bug. A bug was crushed in his tiny fist, and it said, Quack. Jermaine Luther said to himself, A Jiangshi, a filthy demon kind. The Xeon guys treat demons like humans, but that goes against the commandments. Corin Locke looked at Jermaine Luther and said, Jermaine Luther said, To himself, demons are just demons. Corin Locke shouted, Jermaine, in front of you. Jermaine Luther opened his eyes in confusion and said, What? A monster was about to eat him. Jermaine Luther cried out, and he shouted in fear, Wah! Suddenly, Alicia Arden killed the monster in one hit. As Jermaine Luther looked up, he was in shock, staring under the dress of monster blood splattered into his face, and yet he continued to be amazed, now glancing under the dress of Warren as well. Warren killed the monster seriously, and Corin Locke said, All bugs should just die. Warren asked Jermaine Luther, Are you all right? Jermaine Luther said, Thank you. He scratched his head. Warren gave him a thumbs up. Corin Locke said, Strange. While the worm's size is abnormally large, this is a goblin's den. Prey and predators do not share a nest together. Something must be hidden here. He looked ahead. A few moments later, they stopped walking. They saw a laboratory. Corin Locke said, They were pretty clever. It looked like a regular goblin's den from the outside. Jermaine Luther said, But it is actually a laboratory where mages synthesize familiars. Corin Locke said, I assume that giant worm was the result of such tests. And these are humans that were synthesized with monsters. Jermaine Luther looked at a tank. He grew scared, stepped back and said, I cannot believe it. Who would do such a thing? A letter on the table read, I will send male children under the age of 13 to Mage Jerem of the Mage Tower soon, so please stop the kidnappings of civilians. Jermaine Luther said to himself, This symbol, this handwriting, could it be Bishop Li Jinyang's? Corin Locke said, Huaran, take care of Jermaine. Move the evidence outside too. Huaran said, Got it. Corin Locke said to himself, I am going to chase after Jermaine. He ran and kicked the door open. Jermaine looked back in shock. Who are you? He used magic circles, but Corin Locke suddenly disappeared, reappearing with his spear. He struck, making a huge hole in Jermaine's stomach. Jermaine cried out in pain. Gwah! Corin Locke said to himself, The preparations are now complete. My plan has 3 steps. First, expose Jermaine as the dark side of the Catholic Church. Second, destroy the laboratory. The third would be this. A system notification appeared. Mata's head. The monster with 100 legs and 4 heads. Corin Locke grinned like a demon and said, I am finally ready to pillage the Tribulation treasure vault. Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.